December 31st, 2025 is the date. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Figure Four Podcast. My name is Doug. This episode, Donald and I recorded actually about 4 or 5 days ago, but with the holidays and work, only got a chance to upload it right now. This episode, we are going over the top three, in our opinion, the top three best storyline matches, whatever you want to call it, in the WWF this year. And then we give our top three worst in the WWF this year. We had a lot of fun with this episode. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get to the show. Christmas episode of The Good and the Bad in WWE in 2025. We're going to do 3 good and then 3 bad. You can kick it away. We'll start with the good. And like I said before we went on the air, I'm going to do my good, but mine goes into a bad as well. So I'm going to knock one of each out right away, and then we'll just continue. But you kick it off. What was your, and it doesn't have to be in any particular order. What was your first good for the WWE in 2025?
So for my, and I kind of broke it down, and this is just my personal, this is my personal list. My number 3, to kick it off, Tiffany Stratton cashes in her Money in the Bank. When she first came on the scene, I thought to myself, this girl is going to go places. And to see her cash in when she did, I was like, finally, now we can actually see what she can do when she runs on her own. And I thought, up until she lost the title, I thought she was a good champion.
I talked so much shit about her when she won the championship. Now, she's got charisma out the yin-yang. I think her promos could use a little bit of work.
Yep.
Not just memorization. Actually, speak from the heart, whenever her and Charlotte Flair were kind of shooting back and forth. About Kaiser and Charlotte was DMs, they were getting personal. I'd like to see, and not just her, I'm not just picking on her, I'd like to see other women actually work on their promos as well. But I talked so much shit about her whenever she won the championship. And I was pissed off because at the time, I think they should have been pushing Nia Jax to be running that division. But I mean, it was her time. It was her time. But I wanted Nia to be the dominant force. I think they could have really built Nia up a little more. So It was almost like a David and Goliath thing whenever she finally beat her. But I mean, it had to happen too. I mean, it just did.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that.
So for my good and bad, like I said, I got it's a good that turns into a bad. The good was the John Cena turn, the heel turn. You could see it coming after when he lost the Royal Rumble. You could kind of see that the heel turn was coming. The retirement, it started great. Cena's going to WrestleMania. He's going to fight for the championship and blah, 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 blah. With The Rock asking for Cody to be his champion. And Cody says, go fuck yourself, Rock. And then Cena gives him the low blow, turns heel. Started fucking fantastic. And it was great. And everyone wanted to see a heel John Cena. And almost immediately, a couple of weeks after that, now this is where that was the good. That was the good with that whole thing. Now here comes the bad. It's almost instantly. They didn't need Travis Scott. I don't know what they paid him, but that was an absolute waste of fucking money. All he did was potato Cody Rhodes. That's all he did, was give him a good solid shot right in the face. I'm surprised Cody just stopped selling and beat the fuck out of that guy. But Cody, being the pro that he is, he did, and he went with it.
Yep.
Then Rock just stopped showing up. And the whole thing goes to shit. And then all of a sudden, Cena turns face again. I don't want to ruin wrestling. I love wrestling, blah, 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 blah. It was like all of that work and all of that surprise and all of that drama was for nothing.
Nothing.
And it was because of The Rock. Like Rock, I think, fucked that whole angle. So Cena turns face again. And then all of a sudden, like Cena wins the Intercontinental Championship. And then there's a tournament to see who's going to face him in his last match. And because he was kind of given a shot at a young age and was on the verge of being fired and all that stuff, he wanted in this tournament NXT guys to get a little bit of notoriety, put him on the map. I get that. Okay, cool, whatever. But I don't think too many people, I think NXT's ratings are down a little bit. And I think the reason that they wanted to bring some of their more talented guys up was to get more eyes on them and be like, well, geez, they did pretty good in the John Cena tournament. Maybe I'll check out NXT and see what they're on there to get more eyes on NXT.
Yep.
Now, the tournament I thought was kind of boring. And again, this is all the bad part. The tournament I thought honestly was kind of boring. It was right. Gunther had to go over. Gunther had to dominate John Cena, going to show that he is the ring general. He's this and that. But one thing I didn't agree with was a guy that talked loyalty and respect and to never give up for 20 years. You make him submit in the middle of the ring.
Yep.
I think it should have been a pinfall victory. I wouldn't have made Cena tap out, and especially that look on his face. You could see when Cena tapped out on Saturday night's main event, he didn't want to do that.
No.
He preached never give up for 20 years. But again, Gunther going over was right. He had to be dominant. And Triple H took a lot of shit over that. Now, maybe it wasn't just Triple H's decision. I don't know if there's a board. I don't know if Triple H has the final say, but maybe that's part of the reason there's rumors that Triple H is stepping down as head of creative in early 2026.
I heard that.
But who would replace him? Bruce Pritchard, maybe?
Oh, fuck. No. The business is long past him. Well, Pritchard is a mind. He is a mind. I will say that.
He is.
He's a good mind for the business, but in terms of putting him in front and being the head of creative,
Khan maybe.
Oh,
see, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Who would replace Triple H if he stepped down? Because I guarantee you, TKO doesn't give a fuck. They just want matches that'll make money, make a little storyline for a month, and make us some money. But anyway, but that whole John Cena, it could have been fantastic. It could have been fantastic. I blame The Rock for ruining it. And then I think they kind of scrambled. And then they came up with the tournament, which, like I said, I thought the tournament was boring. And I don't like the ending. I like Gunther going over. I like Gunther being dominated. It was the tap out. I thought that was a little disrespectful for a guy that said never give up for 20 years. And he had to give up in his last match. And but it also builds drama, because everyone's like, there's no way he's going to tap. And then when he finally did tap, people lost their goddamn minds. Like, John Cena fucking tapped out.
He gave up.
But it was the look. It was the look on the face. Like it was, I didn't like it. So anyway, that's why I said, that's my good, but I got to go right to the bad with it too. There was more bad than good in that whole John Cena retirement thing. Could have been great, but they dropped the ball on it.
I'm gonna add on to your rant that you just had about Cena. And it's funny because two of those are actually on my bottom three.
Well, don't get into it too much. Save it.
I have to agree with you. I thought this, not the heel turn, but how quick that he turned back to face.
Yeah.
And like how that, like it seemed like they didn't know what direction to go in with him as a heel.
Again, that's because I think Rock kind of fucked everything by not showing up anymore or whatever the hell he said he's not going to do anymore. I think they scrambled and they go, okay, we got to squash this right now. Just fucking make him heel. Just make him face again.
Well, and that turn, what did Cena say? That was like 15 years in the making. He went to Vince and he was like, I think it would be great if you turned me heel. And Vince was like, Pally, you're too much of a babyface.
He was making too much money.
Exactly.
Selling merch. And that's what it comes down to.
Anyway, I'll get into my bottom stuff in a little bit.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I have to agree with everything that you said about the Cena turn and then the turn and the turn.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you on that. So my number 2 favorite moment of this year was when Braun Breaker damn near broke Speed in half at the Royal Rumble with that spear.
Yeah.
I saw that man's soul leave his body for about 15 seconds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he let go 7 different types of shit after he was hit. How could you not? How could you not?
Dude, Braun must have been going at least 20 miles per hour coming off those ropes. And when he hit Speed, it was like, I've never seen anybody. I watch football. I've never seen anyone get hit that hard.
Nope, never.
On the gridiron.
Never.
And it was, to me, that was one of the biggest moments of the Rumble. I absolutely loved it. It might come in as a weak ranking, but to me, that was one of the top moments that I thought of this year.
People still talk about it. People still talk about him getting just speared out of his shoes. He turned around and bang. That's like getting hit by a Mack truck. Fuck. I felt bad for him because Speed is actually a genuine good person. He's funny and he's just a fun loving guy. And he was so excited going out to the ring, and he got in the ring and he got fucking split from asshole to appetite. And that was it. I felt bad. I did feel bad for Speed. That would hurt any trained professional wrestler.
Here's a question for you now. Whose spot did he take in the Rumble? Because I can't remember. Someone got injured. Someone got hurt.
Someone came out and got hit from behind, but I don't remember. Was it Ray?
It might have been Ray.
I don't remember. I don't remember who did it.
I remember them showing Triple H backstage, and he's just like, so-and-so can't go. Speed, you're in. What?
Oh, you know who it was? It was the little skinny guy that's in America. There was Otis, and then there was the girl, and this little Tazawi. That's who it was. Someone took him out, but I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, I remember they showed the camera in Gorilla, and they were like, he can't go. Triple H is just looking around. Speed, you're in the Rumble, and the look on his face was like, I'm not ready. Wait, what?
All I heard was, what? He reminded me of the way his voice went. He reminded me of Smokey from Friday. What? It was like that. It was good. It was good. Poor fucking Speed. So Speed getting speared out of his shoes was your good number 2.
That was my number 2.
And it was entertaining. I'll give you that. My good number 2 is the swerve that Seth Rollins set at SummerSlam. CM Punk goes out, wins the World Heavyweight Championship. Out comes Seth Rollins on his crutches. And as soon as his music hit, you and I were texting. And I was like, here he comes. Here he comes. And he came out on the crutches. And I was like, fuck. And then he turned around, he was going to go back and he dropped the crutches. I was like, oh my God. And I was freaking out because I knew then he was going to cash in and win. And all I could think of was you were going to get your plates for your belt. For the World Heavyweight Championship, you were probably going to get those plates, which, by the way, you still can't find on wweshop.ca.
Bastards.
I don't know where the hell you get them. I've seen them. I just don't know where to buy them. But goes in. It was so well done. Like the kayfabing was incredible for it. But that's my good number 2 that WWE did this year. Was the Seth Rollins swerve at SummerSlam.
That is, we think way too much alike, because that's my number 1.
Really?
That was my number 1. Seth's knee injury. Like you said, we were texting back and forth, and I'm like, Daddy's getting plates. And then he starts making his way back to Gorilla, and I'm like, fuck. And then the crutches come down. And then I remember I text you, I'm like, holy shit, it's happening.
I knew he was going to win right there. There's no way he was not winning.
That was my number 1 in terms of the top 3 moments, at least for me, for this year in WWE. Seth Rollins' knee injury cash in.
Okay. So my last good number 3 was Paul Heyman turns his back on Roman Reigns and CM Punk to go with Seth Rollins. I loved it because it was such a build-up. And the drama was so intense. Like, he was with CM Punk for how many years? At the time, CM Punk had been the longest reigning WWE champion in the last quarter century.
Yep.
And then he's with Roman Reigns forever. And he took Roman Reigns to the top. Then he takes the Bloodline to the top. And they were the dominant force for like 2 years. And Paul, you're in my family. You're a member of the family. And the whole Bloodline and just everything. And then low blow to CM Punk. Low blow to Roman Reigns. And he's with Seth Rollins. But I called that before that happened. I just had a feeling. And it was just, again, it goes back to storytelling. And that was one of the most amazing drama-filled storylines in recent memory, anyway, in the last few years. That was a great storyline, man. So well done. And the patience they showed with it to finish it at WrestleMania. Yeah, I get a lot of hats off to everyone involved in that. Because, again, that was the best storyline. That was the best storyline of the year. And then the Seth Rollins injury was number 2. All year.
That was probably the greatest telling of a story that, went down over the course of the year. Honestly, myself, I could have seen Heyman going back with the Bloodline. I didn't see him going with Seth. That just totally came out of left field for me.
I had a feeling, but I wasn't sure. I just had a feeling. I thought for sure he would go back with Roman Reigns. Yeah. But I just had a feeling about Seth.
I mean, you don't take Heyman and put him with just anybody. Like Heyman surrounds himself with, I don't want to say talent, but he surrounds himself with big names. And at the time you couldn't get any bigger than Roman Reigns.
Anything Paul Heyman has involved in, since whether he's a wise man, whether he's an oracle, whether he's an advocate, anything he's involved in is gold. Is absolute gold. And it's been like that since he was with Brock Lesnar in the beginning. The man is just, he's got a vision. And he sees, like, don't think for 1 second he doesn't have input into creative, because he does.
Oh,
like
he does.
No one writes his promos. He just goes out and shoots.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm sure there's PowerPoints, there's, like touch on this, touch on that, and then he just comes up with it.
I have to say, and this is no discredit to the man himself, because he was possibly the greatest manager of all time. He is a modern day Bobby Heenan.
I said this, I don't know how many shows ago. He's Bobby Heenan 2.0.
Yeah.
Like Heenan was the same way. Heenan could go off on and cut a promo, and it was right off the top of his head. The insults were the same way. Like I said, Heyman is Heenan 2.0. Like, they will go down in history as 1 and 2. And however, whoever you want to put in the number 2 spot as opposed to number 1, you could debate that for days on it.
They're interchangeable, totally interchangeable.
Now, let's get to the bad of 2025. Who do you have starting off the bad part of WWE?
The Cena heel turn.
Okay.
I appreciated it for what it was. I just felt like it was almost a little too forced. Like it just seemed like the odd time, like if you put on Monday Night Raw, or if you put on SmackDown or whatever, and he comes out to open the show, it was just like, I'm a bastard. You're supposed to hate me. Like, that was the vibe that I was getting from it.
None of you ever asked how I was feeling.
Exactly. Like it seemed, I understand that they went in the direction that they went in, but it seemed too forced. It seemed like they were just cramming it down our throats. So that's why I went with Cena heel turn as my top 3. Okay. I guess of the bad.
Since my 1 and 2 was good and bad, and I had to put it in there, so this is my bad number 2. Jey Uso. They've got, I don't know what they're going to do. Everything he's getting involved with, man, is shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's still over like Rover. He's still selling merch. He can get the crowd into it. But I don't know if it's just me, but I think his in-ring ability has been slipping a little bit the last while. It seems like every match seems the same to me. It's the same Jey Uso. It doesn't matter who he's fighting. I thought, like, they got to turn him heel or something. I thought it was going to happen a couple of times over the last few months. Didn't happen. They've got to change something with them. I said a few months ago that the bloom was off that rose.
Yeah.
And at this point, whether it's to turn him heel, but they probably won't do that yet because he's still selling lots of merch. I think for now, what they should do is put him back with Jimmy. Put him back with Jimmy full-time, get the Usos back together, maybe do a tag team title run, hold those belts for a little while, reform the bloodline, do something, because he's pushing himself back and back. He's not in that main event spot anymore. He's slipping back and back to mid-card. He's not there yet. He's not mid-card. But he can't get over just on his own. I don't know what it is, if his confidence the last while, like, and I'm going back a couple of months, if his confidence isn't there, like, he even looks like in his promos, like he's going to cry sometimes. Maybe it's frustration, like, who knows? Like, I don't know, but Jey on his own, I'm sorry, and I'm going to say it, I think Jey Uso is overrated. I think he's way overrated. He can't give you that great, he's not that great a promo. He's okay. He's a little above average. He's okay. His matches are the same thing. It doesn't matter who he said. Like I said, it doesn't matter who he's fighting. His matches are just, I used to enjoy him, but now it's skip, 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 skip. Unless he's fighting someone that I like, which he really hasn't the last while. But that's just me. And again, these are in no particular order, but at my number 2 is Jey Uso for the bad of WWE 2025. They got to figure out, do something better with him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, him and Jimmy, they're the Usos again. Like they're coming back as a tag team.
Yes, but it's like that. Even that's being drawn out. Like, just fucking make it happen, man. Like,
I think what needs to happen, get them in a tag title match, build up the story so that you can have Jay go heel. I think he's going to turn on his brother. That's what I would do personally. Let them have a little bit of a run.
Yes.
Okay, they're back. The Usos are back. They can yeet all over everybody that they want. And then you're going to have to see Jay turn on Jimmy.
Yes. And then go full-blown heel and get rid of this. Absolutely. I mean, keep the yeet. Like, you can say yeet in your promos, but this getting on the rope and yeeting all over everyone and then winding it back and doing it all over again, like,
it's getting old.
Eventually that bell has to ring.
Yep.
And I've said, I don't mean to shit on Jay. I really don't, but I think he's overrated and his in-ring style is old. It's like I said, it's the same thing. And there's a lot of Jey Uso fans out there. They're going to be like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Maybe I don't. It's just my personal opinion. I just know myself, whenever he's on Monday Night Raw, I skip it if it's, if I'm catching it late. If I can't watching it doing a pay-per-view, then I have to suffer through it.
In all honesty, man. And nothing against his in-ring ability, because I mean, obviously he's where he is and where we're at.
100%. 100%.
But there's only so many spears and super kicks.
And the spears don't even look good. That's what drives me crazy. The spears don't look good at all.
There's only so many spears, super kicks, and splashes that you can use. I mean, it's like John Cena with his 5 moves, maybe 4 moves that he uses in the ring.
Yeah.
Like he's got what, a couple of punches. Like his like, I have to agree, his matches all look the same, and he uses the exact same moves in every single match.
And I understand it's pro wrestling, and you know what? A lot of wrestlers use the same moves. They have signature moves, but God damn it, like, at least mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like if Jay does one move, I know the next 3 moves that are coming.
Yeah.
Same as like Cena when he did the shoulder tackles 2-3 times. Buddy would swing, he'd pick him up, drop him on his back, and the hand would come up.
Yeah.
That's where Jey Uso is now.
Yep, I can agree with that.
But yeah.
So that's your number 2?
That's my number 2 bad for 2025.
So, my number 2, I have to go with when they cut off Goldberg's speech on Saturday night's main event. I thought that didn't do him any justice. The man was stepping away from the ring. I was never a big Goldberg fan.
Yeah.
Never a Goldberg fan. But like, this is the man's going out match.
Yeah.
Like he's going out on his back. And they cut him off. Like, really? Really?
I understand there's time constraints and stuff like that. Now, I don't remember what happened leading up to him giving his like speech and stuff. Did he spend too much time like waving to the fans or out on the floor or whatever? And I understand it's Saturday night's main event. It's not like it's pay-per-view where they can go over if they have to. If you're on network television, you got to get off.
Right.
And I understand that, but and I don't know what led up to that. But you would think, and maybe they didn't know. Maybe they had a, you know, like they're getting word, like, tell them to wrap it up, hurry up, we're going off the air, you know, blah, 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 blah,
Right.
blah. It happens. And I don't know what led up to it. But that was kind of shitty. I don't necessarily blame WWE for that. Not necessarily. I blame the network for like instantly cutting him off.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that could be part Bill Goldberg's fault too. Like I said, maybe he was waving to the fans too much. He should have spent more time on his speech or whatever. But either way, WWE is going to take the crap for that because a former megastar was cut off giving his goodbye speech. WWE is always going to get the finger point no matter whose fault it is. So I get where you're coming from 100%. Now,
so that was my number 2.
I've got my number 3 is, I'll be like you. We talked a little bit before we started recording. Like I've got couple things I'll mention after. And I was kind of torn, but I had to go with this because this kind of, it disappointed me. Didn't piss me off, but it disappointed me. When R-Truth came back and he said, and he cut his dreads off, he said, there is no more R-Truth. I'm Ron Killings. And it was no nonsense. I'm going to put my fist down your fucking throat and disembowel you from the inside out. There was no more funny man. That lasted a couple of weeks and then R-Truth is back.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I didn't mind R-Truth. I loved R-Truth. He was funny as shit. I loved it. But it would have been nice to see a more serious side. Like, yeah. I still remember Truth when he was Ron Killings. And he was no nonsense. I'm going to kill you. That was it. There was no joking around. I liked Little Jimmy. I liked screwing up the name of every town he was in. I loved him coming down to the women's battle royal, thinking it was the Royal Rumble for the men. My bad. I love that shit. Nick Aldis, the biggest mistake you ever did was not take my balls. You know, those skits are great. I just would have loved to see R-Truth be Ron Killings for longer than what it was. And to actually go out and do something, give Ron Killings a bit of a push. But it didn't happen. So officially, that'll be my bad number 3 for WWE.
One of my most favorite moments was when he came down during the Rumble and he pulled out the ladder from under the ring. He sets up the fucking ladder, crawls all the way up to the top, and then he's like, "Where's the belt?"
Yeah.
Thinking that it was like a TLC match. You know, like that was one of my favorite. Truth is my spirit animal. And I've said this before. The guy, he's the comedic relief that WWE needs.
Yes, 100%. My bad.
I have to agree with you. Like, I mean, to see him in a more serious role, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Like to see him just go out and fucking break faces and, you know, just destroy people. I'd love to see that kind of a Ron Killings.
Did you ever see him as Ron Killings?
Oh yeah.
It was a long time ago, but
yeah. I've seen some YouTube clips and, you know, to see, I'd love to see that run in WWE. Like I'd love to see him just take no prisoners. I'm Ron Killings. Your name is on my list. You know, I'm going to scratch you off like that. That's, I would love to see that. And, you know,
do you
like
remember
you said, I mean,
Do you remember the boxing we had for the Sega Genesis? And I don't remember who it was, but they would talk before the fight. It was all like the old legends, and someone just looked and said, "You're dead." That's the Ron Killings I would have loved to see.
No, I totally agree with that. I wish they had done something different with our truth, but it is what it is. So that was your number three?
That was my number three. Yeah.
And okay, so again, we're too much alike because my number three was the dead storyline with The Rock.
Yeah.
They started building up this whole thing between him and Cody, and Cena, your soul now belongs to me, and whatever direction that they were going to go in with that. It just, to me, it seems like The Rock he comes in and he sticks his dick in everything, fucks everything up, and leaves. He disappears.
He probably did it to this year's Christmas turkey too.
I don't know if it's because of time restraints with movies that he's making. I know he's got a bunch of other things on the go, but at the same time, if you're going to be on the board of TKO and WWE, then if you're going to incorporate yourself into a storyline, then fucking stay with it until it's over.
And I never found out why he just like stopped showing up. And they kind of like, but now I never did research on it either. But it's like, why would you do that? Like, he, in essence, once that heel turn was official, he pretty much sabotaged John Cena's retirement tour.
Yep.
But like, what did they do one night? They sent Travis Scott out alone.
That was so fucking stupid.
And again, they didn't need, he was irrelevant, had nothing to fucking do with it whatsoever. Oh, because you had the theme song to WrestleMania, we're going to put you with The Rock and you're going to be involved in a major fucking main event angle. Yep. Really? Really?
That's essentially, that's what they did. Because why? Because he's bringing him money. He had the like you said, the theme music for WrestleMania. Okay, what's the point?
Yes.
He had nothing to do with Cody's story aside from throwing hands with him. That was it.
Now,
it was supposed to be The Rock and Cody.
Do you think that bringing in Travis Scott, was that Rock's idea or was that Triple H's idea or someone on the outside? Like someone within the creative group?
I don't think you're going to see Triple H make that kind of a mistake. And that was a mistake.
I like to think so. But I also hope, but I have to blame him. I like to think that it wasn't Triple H's idea to make John Cena tap out and have that. Now, John Cena's last moment in a ring, in a match, is a fucking meme. When he's in Gunther's like sleeper hold.
Yep.
Because he put that small. Now he's a meme. I had actually sent. Was it you that sent it to me? It was a conversation between this guy and his wife, and she was going off about something, and he sent that look of John Cena. She's like, "What's this?" He said, "I give up." Like, the dude is a meme. But again, I like to think, and I hope that wasn't Triple H's decision, but he's head of creative. Who else could have made that? But again, like you said, the fucking Rock, he ruined all this. He ruined this and he sabotaged it. And no one will ever change my mind on that. Never.
No, never. I was never a Cena fan. I mean, when Cena was first coming into the business, that's when I was kind of getting out of it. So I wasn't really there for like the vintage John Cena. But the bit that I did catch on, I mean, you look at what the man has done, and the never seen 17, and then you're gonna put him in a match against Gunther. And like you said earlier, Gunther needed to get over. And you're gonna get over by beating the GOAT.
And he had to be dominant. He had to be.
He had to be dominant. But for that match to end the way that it did, man, the smile and the tap on the shoulder,
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Now that could be. You could take that a couple of different ways. That could be I can't fucking believe I'm doing this, and then tap out.
Yeah.
Or it could be, you know what, guys, my body won't do it anymore. I'm sorry, I got to do it. I can't believe I'm doing this. You could take it one of two ways, but I took it the first way. Like, this is bullshit. I can't believe I'm doing this, and like try to make it look ridiculous.
Yep.
That's how I took it. But
yep, I can agree with that. I mean, personally, if I were in Cena's shoes, I would want to go out. And they always say, professional wrestler, they go out on their back.
On their back.
On their back.
Not a dude, like I said, that's been preaching for 20 years to never give up.
Look at Austin.
Yeah.
Stone Cold when he lost to The Rock, man. It wasn't a tap out. It wasn't anything like that. Austin went out on his back.
Yep.
You know, I hated that ending. They need to do better. WWE, they need to do better.
I don't know if they're gonna. I really don't know if they're gonna, man. Like, it's funny. We did a show and it was called Is WWE Getting Stale? And of course we have to use Google looking up some, doing our research. And there was actually an interview, or not an interview, an article written by someone, and I didn't read it. I didn't click on it. Someone had wrote the same article that we did a show on.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty cool. It's like, okay, good. We're not the only ones that are seeing this.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And I completely blame TKO. I wonder how many people are wishing Vince was back.
It's funny because I think it was during the Cena match on Saturday night's main event. The fans started chanting in the post show, "We want Vince." Or something See, along those lines.
I didn't watch the post show. So I mean, the whole Saturday night's main event wasn't good. And like I said, the tournament was boring anyway. Yeah. As soon as the show was over, I was in the basement watching it. Thought it was going to be one of the best Saturday night's main event ever. And I was like, I just turned it off, went upstairs.
Yeah.
There's one more thing that I was torn with this. This was almost my number 3. And the only reason I put Truth in is because I have a lot of respect for Truth, and Truth has always entertained me, so I thought he deserved it. This fucker and this faction, I have to give an honorable mention for sucking in 2025. And that's Solo Sikoa and the MFTs. I'm so tired of talking about these fucking guys. Solo doesn't give a horrible promo, but the whole faction is absolutely ridiculous. Take that great big guy, put him on his own, and make him like a Kevin Nash. Make him a dominant whatever. I haven't seen enough of him to actually and fairly judge his skills, because I'll be honest with you, 9.5 times out of 10, when the MFTs come out, I skip it. I don't even fucking watch it. They're just horrible. Solo is horrible. The faction is awful. And that's all I'm going to fucking say about it. I had to put that out there just to say that they were almost my 3, but I don't respect them enough to say they were shitty, because they've been shitty all fucking year, and Truth deserved it. Do you want to say anything about the MFTs?
You know what? It's funny that you mention, I keep on calling him Taller Tonga because he's a fucking giant.
Yeah.
I want to see that guy. I want to see him go on his own run away from the faction, disband that goddamn faction. We've talked about this way too many times.
Yes.
Get rid of all of them. Solo, the whole load of them. I want to see Talatonga, I want to see him go on a run.
Yeah.
On his own.
They need to just break it up. Solo needs to go on his own and prove himself. Like I said, he doesn't give you a horrible promo. But it's everything. That whole clique is not working. It's just not working.
Not at all.
They're trying to reinvent the bloodline, and they failed a long time ago. I think they proved 3 months in, when Solo started bringing guys in, that this is not going to work. At least in my eyes. It's horrible. And that's all the fucking breath I'm going to waste on it, because it just pisses me off that at least every second show I talk about how terrible they are. Now people must think they're not terrible because they're there making all that money and we're here. But God damn it, if I had to pay money to go watch that, I don't know. I'd stick something in my ass and make myself just shit so I could leave the arena and justify paying all that money to see that, but at least I could justify leaving early. I'm telling the truth. Now, I will give an honorable mention. It's awesome to see Austin Theory back. I praised that guy for years. I even called him the next John Cena.
You did.
And they screwed his career for a couple of years, putting him with that fucking Grayson Waller, that idiot. They wasted a couple of years of this guy's potential, keeping him with him. But now he's back. I hope they give him some kind of run. I'd like to see him with the Vision for a bit, because he can learn a lot from Seth. Well, Seth's not there anymore. He can learn a lot from Paul Heyman. And I think him and Braun Breaker would be a pretty good pairing together. Not necessarily. I mean, Braun Breaker's going to become world heavyweight champion, but
at some point, yeah.
But Braun Breaker between NXT and on the main roster, it's in his blood. He took to that instantly. But
man, I said it from the very beginning when he first showed up in NXT. I remember I sent you a text. I'm like, why isn't he on the main roster?
Yep, I remember that.
And like, he's got potential. I mean, he's a Steiner. He's got potential coming out of his ears.
The more and more he talks, I mean, he looks like his dad. Yep. But the more and more he talks, there's certain things that's Scott Steiner coming right out of him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just as long as he doesn't do math. I just don't want to see him do math, because his uncle was bad enough. I think Braun Breaker math would just be a mind fuck. But it's good. Again, I think it'd be awesome for Theory. I'm going to start thinking of him doing math now the rest of the night. I think it'd be awesome for Theory to be with Heyman. Heyman can teach him a lot of things. I mean, he was good on his own before the Waller effect, the Grayson effect, whatever the fuck that thing was. And then you take him, you put him with Heyman, and Heyman can say, "If I may, sir, when you were with Grayson, forget everything that you thought you knew. Now I will teach you." And just be under that learning tree. And if he does go with the Vision, I don't think it'll be for very long. Like, it's not going to be, he wouldn't be with them a year. I could see, now this is just a prediction, and anybody that knows me, I don't read spoilers. I don't do anything like that. What I could see, now I don't know how much longer Seth Rollins is going to be out for.
Oh,
I could see Seth Rollins going out and him in Theory at some point getting together. Then learn from Seth Rollins. Their styles are different but similar at the same time. Theory has the look. Theory has the ability. Theory can give you a pretty good promo. He just needs something more. He needs a little bit of a push, and he needs an opportunity. And whether it's with Paul Heyman or down the road with Seth Rollins, I think he can get it. Guys, I called this guy John Cena a few years ago, and then he got screwed being with Waller, whatever the fuck that thing's name is. Like, but I just can't get over what a waste of a couple of years of a career that was. And I kept saying that, like, they're wasting such a good talent.
You said that. You said that for a long time, man. Like, you know, he was under Vince's arm. Like, Vince took him under his arm, and he was the next one.
Yep.
And I mean, he's got potential coming out. I think you're looking at a reinvention, and I hope to God that they can actually do something good with him, because I'll go back to Dolph Ziggler. They fucked up with him.
Yep.
They fucked up big time with him. And when you look at Theory, I hope they're going to take him. I hope this is Theory 2.0.
Yeah.
And they're going to go in the right direction with him.
We can only hope. And that is it, guys, for this show. This was our good and bad, the WWE 2025. We hope you enjoyed it. Until the next show, my name is Doug. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We'll see you on the next one. I'm out.